I'm Ruthie, and this is Amelia, and we are co-leaders in the group for All Girls Teen Anger Management.
And currently, we're in week 6, so we've been getting a lot of work done, and we're going to be focusing on triggers this week.
My name is Kiana. I am here because I've been mandated by my job. So I have to be here. I am upset because of finances and how they're not working in my life. So.
Hi, my name is Casey, and I was mandated to this group from the courts because I was caught vandalizing outside property.
I'm here because my dad and my mom think I need to calm down and not be so angry all the time, so here I am.
Hi, my name is Marie, and I'm actually forced to come here by my dad because he thinks I'm extremely angry with my stepmother, so I'm kind of basically mandated to come to this group.
And I'm here because sometimes I beat up kids at school and punch lockers, so my guidance counselor said that I had to be here. So here I am.
Back to week 6 of our session. Last week we had a lot of people really had some great breakthroughs, and we had a lot of work done, and just want to see how after the week has gone by, how you guys have really processed through that, and just see how you're feeling about things now as we begin another session together. Is anybody open to sharing some thoughts that they've had over the past week about what we did last week?
Really good when I know Casey was really upset last week, and you know, Casey, it was just good to really hear your story and how you were dealing with things like that. I don't think I could ever go through that like you have. I know it's tough with your boyfriend and stuff, so I just thought that was really cool. And it made me feel really good about opening up myself, because I didn't really want to open up to anybody. I didn't think anyone understood, but after hearing your story, it made me realize that other people do understand. So.
Is there anyone else here that felt that same feeling, where they can be open with each other because of something they heard in the last week?
Yeah, I did. I felt like, you know, I don't have to be that hard anymore. Like, since everyone has a story and everyone had something that they went through, I feel like all you guys can understand and relate to what I went through.
Yeah, I feel like we had a lot of different stories and a lot of different reasons, but a lot of our reasons are kind of the same, and so I think that we can do this together.
I felt like I could really connect with Marie because like she's struggling with a new stepmom, and like I know how it is to feel like my parents aren't fully there all the time, and so I just felt like that someone else could understand where I was coming from and like why that would upset me. So I'm really glad that you were able to share what you did.
Well, it looks like everybody has really gotten some work done and really felt some progress in each of their situations, and it's really good that you were able to recognize it and be able to see some themes and some other people's issues along with your own. And just kind of along those lines, we're going to be working on triggers this week, just things that you feel like really ignite the anger inside of you or make you feel annoyed at your specific issue, and hopefully you can continue to work with each other, and if you feel like you have someone that really can relate to you, maybe they could help you to work through your triggers and to really understand what's behind those. And so Casey, are you willing to work on things with your family?
Yeah, I think I'm more willing to work on it now. I was hesitant about it because I didn't really think that my family was the root of my anger, I guess. But I can see, as after going to jail, vandalism, that's probably coming from my family and not just my boyfriend.
Casey, is there someone here that you feel like you can connect with and possibly get some work done this session?
I think I can connect with you, Liz, as you had mentioned that your family seems very distant from you and your parents, so I guess I'm kind of struggling with that as well. I spend way too much time with my boyfriend. He seems to just get me in trouble, which is why I'm here. So I would really like to connect more with you and share those different stories, because I just feel very alone. My parents just never come home at night on the weekends and just go out and vandalize.
Okay, that's good that you feel like you could maybe make a connection with Liz. Liz, how do you feel about maybe being able to work with Casey? Do you feel like that would be something that you'd be comfortable with?
I think so. Like we could try to work together and maybe get through this.
Okay. Casey, you had mentioned earlier that you felt alone and that led to you wanting to not be around your house. Could you maybe kind of explore that feeling, and maybe that could help you to maybe work through it in a role play if you're comfortable with Liz?
Yeah, I think I can do that. I'll be comfortable doing that. Sure.
So you were saying that you felt alone. What is it, what types of things make you feel alone? You mentioned that your parents aren't around a lot, but could you maybe just explore that more?
Yeah, well, my parents, I don't know, they've been going through like some rough times, and the last couple years I met this guy who's about 15 years older than me, so he's kind of caused a lot of trouble in my life, and I just seem to hang out with him more than be at home because my family's never around. All they do is work, and I don't know, I almost want to just cause attention to myself by doing these bad things, so I guess it's just because I'm alone and I don't have my family, so.
Okay, so let's take that thought, and you're gonna role play here with Liz, and let's pretend that Liz embodies your parents. Okay. So I want you to talk to Liz and tell her how you feel about them not being home and being there for you.
I don't like that you're never home, and I wish you paid more attention to me than your job. And that's why I do all these bad things, because you're never around, and it just makes me feel so alone without my parents.
I'm really sorry that you feel that way, and I'm sorry we're not there for you, and that you feel like you need to do these things to feel like you're getting the attention that you deserve. And I'm just really sorry that that's the way you feel.
Well, that's okay, I guess.
That's good that you're able to voice those feelings. How did it feel to finally express what you wanted to say to your parents, even if it was just to Liz? How did that make you feel?
Good. I feel like I was actually heard instead of ignored, so felt really good.
And Liz, you had to kind of be on the receiving end of that. How did that make you feel, kind of on the flip side of your own situation?
Like, I was open to, like, letting her hear those things. It's kind of like what I would want to hear from my parents, like, and maybe, like, tell them, so that they would know, because I think, like, part of it is, like, they need to know, but, like, I don't feel comfortable telling them that sort of thing, so it was a lot for her to even tell me, and I appreciated that she was willing to do that. So
it's good. Is there anyone else here that, through hearing this role play between Casey and Liz, that triggered something inside of you that you felt that you might want to work with this session?
I did.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not upset with my parents about, like, my boyfriend or anything, but I'm upset. My finances are so jacked up right now. And it pisses me off because, you know what? I work so hard. I work so hard to, you know, make ends meet and try to, you know, make sure my family has what they need. And, you know, my parents don't even say thank you when I send them a check. But here I am, lights going out, and I'm supposed to just deal with it. You know, I hate that my checking account has like a negative 45 balance in it, but they're living it up, you know, and they don't even think about me. So
there's something about what you just said, they don't even think about you. How do you feel like that's relating to your anger at this point?
I think that if they would have paid me as much attention as they paid my younger sister, if they would have thought of me the way they think of her, then maybe I wouldn't be sitting here begging for $7.67 an hour at some stupid store doing stuff that I would not think of $100,000 degree would buy me to do. You know, I went to school for 4 years and got all these student loans, and so I could make them proud. You know, they didn't think twice about me.
Is there someone here you feel like you can work with to go through how you felt about your parents and them not feeling proud of everything that you've accomplished?
I don't know, Grace. I heard you talking earlier. I think I could work with you. Do you want to work with me? Or...
Yeah, I definitely think that, you know, we could do some work.
I guess. Why not? Is that something you feel comfortable with?
Yeah, I guess so. I think I go.
Okay, how about you start with just sharing with Grace? Let's pretend that Grace is your parents and you feel like you've been working so hard financially, but they don't recognize that. How about you tell Grace how you feel?
Who is she? Do I call her mom or what do I call her?
Whatever's comfortable.
Can I call you mom? Because that's who I kind of. Okay. You know, Mom, it's really frustrating for me that the last 15 years I've had to compete with somebody else forever. And of course the first 5 or 6 years don't count, but you know, I feel like everything I do is not good enough for you. And I feel like going through high school and being dual enrolled and then moving out and working my tail off so you guys could do whatever you wanted to do with Lily and not me. I just feel like you don't care and that you never cared.
Like at this moment, now that you let all of that out.
You know, I just wish somebody cared. It felt good to get that out, but I hope that I could do more. You know, I hope that me getting this out could change everything about me. I want it to, because I feel so relieved.
It's good that you're able to recognize that just even verbalizing your feelings can help to bring relief to your issues. One thing that we also wanted to focus on this week with the triggers is just some ways that you can cope with that, so that when you do recognize those triggers that happen in a situation, if it's a way that your parents respond to you or something, you already know that you might be getting angry, or it might, as we would say, trigger like a reaction in you. Is there anything that you could think of that would help you to stay relaxed or to kind of let that anger out?
I mean, one thing I like to do is I like to jog. I'm a big jogger. I love to bake. I think that's kind of weird, but I do. I like to bake. I'm not really good at it, but I like to. Maybe, I don't know, maybe when I get upset I can jog, but it's just hard, you know, because when I get that phone call of that constant nagging, oh, you didn't send anything, or oh, your sister, or whatever, I can't go jogging in the middle of my workday, you know, so I'm not too sure other than that, but I would like to find some.
Okay. Well, it's good that you recognize that there are some ways that help relax you, but it might be difficult throughout your day. Is anybody else open to maybe sharing some ways that if they find they're in a situation with a relative or whoever it might be in your life that makes you feel angry, are there some things that help you to kind of stay calm or to relax you?
Well, I mean, we talked about this before, and that's why I'm here, is, you know, I punched a locker, and, I mean, that really helped, but I know from this group, like, I can't go around punching lockers. So, I thought about getting myself a punching bag. I don't know if that's, like, a healthy coping thing, but, punching something that, or not punching something that's going to hurt me back, or punching someone, has really helped. I've been to the gym a couple times and used that punching bag there. So, I mean, I haven't punched a kid since week 2 of this group. So, I mean, I guess that's helped.
That's good that you're seeing progress in that area. Sometimes just starting with one coping skill can lead to another, and maybe right now, kind of in the transition as you're trying to work through the feelings that kind of trigger you wanting to punch other kids or to just kind of treat them in a negative way, you'll come across other ways as you kind of work through those emotional problems. Do you feel like there's anyone in the room that you could kind of share your feelings with about when you get angry and you want to just kind of bully other children around?
Well, I know that Marie said that she had a stepmom, and I absolutely hate this guy my mom's dating, and I hope he doesn't become my stepdad, because I will just probably end up punching him too. So, I know if you're having difficulties with your stepmom and my potential stepdad, I mean, if we wanted to work together, I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I can go.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you could talk to Marie like she was going to be your potential stepdad, or maybe you wanted to direct it more to your mom and how you feel about the situation.
Alright, well, I don't really like talking to that guy, Steve. Like, he is such a pain in the butt. Like, I don't even know why my mom's dating him. It's just stupid. But, anyways, I guess I'll share with the group since, you know, I mean, I've opened up a little bit, but not all the way. My dad died, like, a year ago, and my mom's already dating another guy. And, he's been in the military, so he died in Afghanistan. So, I mean, we were, like, a happy family before, like, he died, and my mom went crazy. But I have a little sister, Stephanie. She is, like, 4 years younger than me, and, like, people pick on her because our dads died, and so I've had to, like, stick up for her. And, like, people have made fun of us. So, especially when people, like, make fun of people, like, in the military or whatever, like, I just get super defensive. And when they make fun of us because, like, our dad, like, people say rumors and say that my dad left my mom and, like, cheated on my mom, but he died. So I hate it when people make fun of us about that. But I'm not going to tell them that my dad died serving our country. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give that to them. So, now my mom's dating a stupid guy. I don't even know what's wrong with her. Anyways, what are we supposed to do? Supposed to talk to her?
If you feel comfortable, maybe directing some of your feelings, whether it be towards the other kids that make fun of you and your sister, or whether it be towards your actual mom about her dating Steve, whichever you feel more comfortable with.
Well, I guess I could talk to my mom since, like, I can't really change what kids say about me or my family, so. Mom, I know you love Dad a lot. Like, we had a great family. We had a great house. I had friends at school, and then Dad died. Okay, it's not your fault. Like, it's not your fault that he died. It's not your fault that I'm getting in trouble. Like, it's my fault. I know that what I'm doing is wrong, but I have no other choice. So, but you have a choice of dating that stupid guy. Like, we're your family. We're here. And, like, don't forget about us. I feel like you completely forgotten that you have 2 daughters. I don't know if we remind you of him or what, but you can't forget about us. And Steve, he's never going to be our dad. Ever. There's never going to be anybody that replaces him. And I think it's just a little too soon for us. So if you just focus on us more, then I wouldn't act out at school. So I wish you would just spend more time with us and realize that we're your family. And Steve isn't. So, yeah.
Okay, how did that make you feel, Grace? You were able to get that out.
Yeah, I mean, it felt good. I kind of wish she was here so I could tell her that. Like, I wish I could say that to her without her, like, bursting into tears, and I don't know, maybe that's what she needs, but I don't know. I mean, it feels good. I've never said anything like that to her. I rarely ever talk to her these days, so yeah, it was good. Thanks for listening, Marie.
Do you feel like maybe some of the things that you said to her, you could kind of voice to your mother, maybe in an easier tone to kind of get across your feelings? You said that you don't really talk to her.
Yeah, I don't really talk to her much. I usually go in my room, or I'm in the room with Stephanie, or my mom's not there, so I cook dinner, so she gets home late from being with Steve, so I don't get to talk to her much. And even when she does, she tries to be like, hey, I love you. No, she doesn't. Not anymore. Or whatever. I don't know. But, I mean, I could try.
Okay. Well, Anne Marie, you were on kind of the receiving end of those feelings that you mentioned you kind of had towards your own family. How did that kind of make you feel, just hearing the other side of it?
I felt like I really related to what she was saying because I go to my room as well when I don't want to even deal with my stepmom, because I feel like it just reverse on me. Even if she's wrong, it's why are you not being more understanding to her? She's trying to love you guys, and it's just like, why are you taking her side? Like, why don't you see our side? Like, this is also new for us too. So I was just like, I can't understand why my dad just constantly thinks that we should just be wide hands open for this lady that we're now supposed to call our mom. So when she said that she just avoids the situation, like, I do that as well. I go to my room and just not even deal with it. So.
And you mentioned something about your dad really wanting you to accept her as your mother. Is that kind of something that you recognize when he directly says that to you? Does that kind of start your anger problems with your family?
It really does, because it gets me mad. Like, don't try to force me to love this lady that we just met. Like, yeah, I guess y'all were dating for a while, but doesn't mean that I'm supposed to overnight fall in love with her. Just because you're in love with her don't mean I'm supposed to love her too. So I just don't understand why he keeps pushing that down our throats.
Mm-hmm.
So in the same way, would you possibly like to do some work with one of our group members here and express how you feel towards your father or towards your stepmother?
Yeah, I like to express it to Liz because she's kind of upset right now as well, but with her family. So.
Liz, would you feel comfortable with that?
That's fine. Yeah. Dad, like, why are you constantly trying to make us love this woman that, yes, I understand she's your wife and you love her, but it's going to take time for us to love her. Why are you pushing her down our throats saying, oh, this is your new mom now? Like, she's not our mother. I did not come from her. She didn't give birth to me. So why are you constantly saying this is your mom and this and that? Like, I don't like when you keep pushing it down our throats. Yes, eventually we'll love her, but it's going to take some time.
Do you feel like maybe you can, like, verbally almost give away those feelings of being forced to love this woman? Maybe just kind of give them away to Liz to make room for you to be able to love this woman on your own terms? You can do that, give that to her. Would you be open to kind of allowing Marie to do that with you?
Yeah. So do you want to go ahead and voice that, pretending that this is not just your dad, but this is not your stepmother?
You're really a cool person. I really do want to end up having that terms where I can probably one day call you mom. It's going to take some time because you are not my mom, and it's going to take time for me to actually accept that this is going to be my new mother now and be more open to you. But it's not like I hate you, just I don't like the fact that I'm being, in a way, forced. And I do eventually down the line want to have that mother-daughter kind of relationship with you.
How are you feeling now after you voiced that to Liz?
I feel a little better, like that I'm actually saying it to her.
So maybe as a coping skill, do you think that you would be open to taking things at your own time now and working through a relationship or a possible relationship in the future?
Yes.
Okay. Before we go any further, I kind of wanted to go back to you, Grace, because our focus is on triggers, and when you were talking about the children bullying your sister, you kind of got louder, and it seemed like you were getting more tense when you were addressing that. So I was wondering if you'd be willing to do some work, maybe focusing more towards the people that are bullying your sister, if you feel like that's something that aggravates you.
Yeah, I think I'd just get really mad, though.
Are you willing to let that out in this session?
It'll be hard, but I think I can.
Okay. Is there someone here you feel comfortable doing that with?
Maybe Casey. I mean, I know that you've been in trouble with the law, so I don't know, you may be able to. Sometimes I get really angry, So, but I don't know if that would trigger stuff in her too.
Casey, would you be open to expressing?
Yeah, I would. I think I would definitely be open to expressing that and working with you with it. Because, yeah, a lot of triggers that I've experienced have got me into more trouble. Like, graffitiing and just being with my older boyfriend and not following my parents' rules. So I kind of just had a whole bunch of different triggers, but it have had, like, a negative effect on me being in trouble with the law. So I'm hoping that you wouldn't have to deal with a lot of things that I'm dealing with. So I guess if we can, if you could work on those triggers that make you upset and angry, you'll be able to stay away from the law or jail, I guess. I have not been able to, so yeah.
And it's not just my sister. I see other people getting like bullied, or these popular kids like making fun of kids, and I just get really mad, and I just want to beat up these other kids because they don't even know what's going on. They make assumptions about people and they're not even true.
Okay, but what is it about seeing anyone bullying someone, even if it's not your sister, that resonates in you and makes you aggravated?
Well, I mean, you never know what people are going through. I mean, even the popular kids are going through crap in their life. But everybody just puts on like this happy face, and then it's like the weak ones that get picked on. But everybody's weak, right? Everybody has their own problems. I mean, just in this group, we all look like normal people, but we all have problems. So these people that pretend that they don't have problems, like, they're the ones that are lying to themselves. At least I'm honest about my problems. At least I'm not picking on innocent children. Like, I pick on kids that deserve it.
Okay, I noticed that your voice is raising and you're showing more tension, you're getting aggravated, and I'd like you to just channel that towards Casey now. And let's pretend that Casey is one of those bullies or someone who's picking on a student, and I want you to express how you feel.
Casey, or people I'm mad at. Every day I see you walk around the hallways in your cheerleading uniforms and your football jerseys, and you just think that you have it all together, and you pick on people that you don't even know. Like, you're just mean to them, and I just want to punch you in the face every time I see you, because you think your life is so perfect, and you think you have it all together, but you don't. And none of these other people do either, but that's the point. I just want to punch you in the face every time I see you.
Yeah, Grace, that's good that you can kind of express those feelings, but I noticed you kept saying you think you have it all together. That kind of seems like at that point, every time you're trying to get your feelings out, that kind of elevates what you're feeling. Can you maybe explore that?
Well, I mean, they don't have it all together, but they put on their makeup and they put on their jerseys, and everybody looks so highly at them, but their life isn't perfect. I mean, it's not. And so when they pick on people that obviously don't have their lives together, it's like they're better than us or something, and they're not.
I feel like I can really understand that, because we have this family that we have the nice house and the nice cars, and we have whatever we want, and we look so pretty and the American dream from the outside, and inside and screaming and yelling, and there's big fights, and so I know we're not all perfect, and yeah, so it's nice to hear people aren't perfect, and no matter how you try, you can look like it, but you're not perfect, it's not gonna happen. So it was nice to hear someone else say it and to feel that way. So yeah.
That's good that you can kind of both see each other and kind of work through the feelings that everybody is having, and that you can kind of take your own personal story and kind of relate it and understand your situation better. And I feel like a lot of us in the room in this session, we were able to kind of see different feelings in each other's stories, and the role play that we felt, and that really helped us to work through it. And unfortunately for this session we're running out of time, but I can just see a lot of work, and everyone is really starting to connect as a group, and we're really moving forward. And I hope that this next week that you can continue to think about the triggers that we've kind of gone through this week, and be able to recognize them throughout your week, whether it be at work or at school or with your family, and you can try to focus on just those coping methods and just try to really work on those, and so that we can kind of discuss that more next week.